What's going on, everybody? It's Top Bets. We're checking back in. We got the American Express PGA live stream coming at you guys here live on a beautiful, beautiful Tuesday evening. Hope everybody's having a good start to their week and cashed plenty of tickets over this past Sony Open plus wild card weekend in the NFL. It was a crazy weekend for me. Focused mainly Thursday through Friday on the Sony, and then shifted gears to the NFL, and it was blowout city in the wild card round, blowout city. But we'll be back. We got the divisional round next week. We'll have another live stream Friday evening, same time, I think about 8 p.m. that route as well. So teaser or betting with the boys, aka Teaser Nation. How are we feeling this evening, bud?
Good. I guess Sony was a little rough. It was a roller coaster as always when you bet Russell Henley. Ridiculous. Missed 8 putts within 6 or 7 feet the whole week, so losing by 3. Motto had him number 1. Doesn't really account for, I guess, bad putting weeks like that. So, it happens. It's just always something with him. He had it in his hands. No one really wanted to win it till the end. Nick Taylor, crazy that he was 4,000 to 1 coming down the 18th fairway there and chips in for eagle to get to that playoff. So it was a good tournament, viewership wise. Kind of a rough start to the year for me, Sony and Century, but looking to kind of get back to it here with the American Express. Kind of another odd tournament with the 3-course setup, which is never really kind of hard, just like Pebble Beach, hard to, cap or bet. So we'll give you like a few outrights, a couple guys we like, but it's going to be kind of a small card for me this week.
Yeah. This is, if you're new to PGA golf right here, this is what they call a pro-am, which you have 3 rounds of amateurs, celebrities. Used to be a huge celebrity event. With the professionals playing for the first 3 rounds at 3 different courses. They just rotate. And then the final, so they play the stadium first on Thursday, or someone plays the stadium, and then they just all play it on Sunday. Whoever, basically Sunday, there's a 3-day, and then they have a cut, and then it's that, right?
Right. Yeah. So it's random the first 3, so you could go stadium course, Nicklaus, then La Quinta, or you can go whatever way, and then they do the stadium course, everyone on Sunday for who makes the cut. So
there's tons and tons of variance this week. If you are betting, our recommendation, probably the smallest bankroll allocation of the season is probably this tournament. But we wanted to get everybody into it, coming back to the stream each and every week. So we will have plays. I will have a card. It might just be outrights, and it might just be 1 or 2 outrights and a top 20 or something like that, something simple. Or I just go very, very crazy long shot top 20s with some crazy long shot outrights and hope we hit one, we sprinkle it. But it's very, very low bankroll allocation this week, just with the tons of variance. And I know we got NFL Sunday, it was Saturday and Sunday this week, but probably Sunday I'll mix in some round matchups, because you have all that information. They're all playing the same course and kind of relate to what they've been doing throughout the weekend. So I think Sunday's probably a better round matchup day. But we'll dive into it tonight, and we'll tell you guys what attributes we should be looking at, the different styles of courses. But this is basically a birdie fest. Find people that birdie and eagle and hit the ball long and straight. So and very accurate. But yeah, it's a birdie fest. It's going to be minus 20 plus. That gets the dub this week. So Teaser, take it away. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the chat. I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys are sweating out NBA, sweating out hockey, I know there's some the Australian Open for tennis is going on right now. So throw them in the chat if you guys are sweating out. What you guys are sweating out for the next 30 minutes or so while we're here.
Yeah. You kind of nailed a lot of it on the head already, but it's just a desert type course. You can kind of just hit it around here. There's not really any penalty for hitting in the rough. It's kind of non-existent here. It's one of the most easiest course to scramble. There's not really any rough around the greens, so scrambling isn't really a big thing here. Greens are pretty simple for them. A lot of scoreable par five, so that's a big emphasis on par five scoring. I mean, I think last year Nick Dunlap on his way, he was probably like above 15 under on the par fives all week, something crazy like that. So you gotta attack those. There are some par threes that are difficult around here, unique bunkers that are placed well off the tee. So you kind of have to avoid those. So really, most par fours are less than driver, so it's not heavy on driver this week. Kind of be using 3-wood or driving irons. So really, key stats, like I said, is birdie or better, because it's going to be probably 25 under. That's going to win this, or maybe even more. Strokes gain approach, like it is every week, and then par five scoring, like I said, is definitely going to be a key here, because you're going to probably need to be at least 10 to 15 under on those throughout the week. So.
Yeah, and case in point, last year's leaderboard, you had the amateur winning for the first time, I think, since Phil Mickelson did it.
Yep. Yeah.
With Dunlap, then you got Bezzy, Xander, who withdrew, so that always helps even out the ownership in DFS and whatnot. You, Thomas, Burns, Hadwin, Kim, Griffin, and Keith Mitchell and Poston kind of rounded out the top 10 on that front. So I'll probably look to Keith Mitchell, and maybe I know you mentioned Poston beforehand. I know Hadwin's a good one, but I'm probably going to stay clear of Dunlap. And what do you think about JT? I'm very, very. I feel like I should be pro JT this year. Just because,
like Thomas or JT Poston.
Sorry, Thomas.
Thomas.
He's got to have a bounce back here. He's got to. I don't know if it starts here, but it's going to happen. He's going to be probably on more of my cards than normal this year.
Yeah, no, I think I agree there with the bounce back here. It's got to happen at some point, unless he kind of.
Washed.
Yeah, unless he's just done. But I don't think that's the case. I think he's working on a lot of things. Hopefully they click this year. I mean, last year he got beat. Him and Burns got beat by Dunlap. He came in third. He just didn't do much on a Sunday like we've been seeing with him. That's really him. He can't get over the hump on a Sunday, but I don't mind it here with him. Third last year, like I said, his first time playing here. So, kind of fits his, makes a lot of birdies off the tee, isn't really too penalizing. So, he's always going to be a good fit here approach-wise as well. So,
yeah, and speaking of another JT, like we said with Poston, he's got 2 top 10 finishes last 2 years. So guy that understands kind of what this process is. It's a little bit more drawn out rounds. You got probably 5 to 6 hour rounds out there. You got loud crowds. You have it's a different atmosphere with the Pro-Am. He's obviously adapted to it pretty well. I think JT adapts to it pretty well with him. Thomas as well. So both JTs are in play there. Anybody else stick out just right off the bat of what you looked at the leaderboard last year, look at the model this year?
Yeah. No, just backing Poston there. I think it's all with him is the putting on POA greens. Those aren't the easiest greens to putt with. So we kind of see, guys who are more comfortable with that type of grass and like better putters. So he kind of attacks based off his putting here. That's why I like him. Another guy I wanted to mention, I think at the top of the board, I wouldn't mind JT if someone went there. I don't know about a winner. 14 to 1's a little too steep.
That is.
But for the top guys, I'm looking at obviously Sam Burns or Tony Finau, I guess. I haven't seen much of him this week, but I think he's had a 4th here, a 16th, and a 25th, and a 14th as well. Another guy, obviously we all know he's a streaky putter, but the ball striking's been there. He's having a great recent form. So if you pull him up, I think, there was a time. Yeah, so if you scroll down to, I guess, recent form, last 12, everything in the green there. Mm-hmm. Go down one more, I think, after that.
And then you got.
Yeah, so, just looking at recent history, recent form, the 12, 16, 13, 23rd. So he's been placing well. It's just really with him, he's so streaky that he can have one of those, like we saw with Hideki 2 weeks ago, he can have one of those putting weeks where he just kind of laps the field. So I wouldn't mind him. 22 to 1's a decent number. That's definitely far much better than Sung JM at 12-1. So,
and then another guy that tends to agree with this format at the Pro-Am.
Yeah.
Good course fits with all three courses there. Top or tied for 14th, 4th, tied for 40, 16th, and then the 25th. So a guy that's gained strokes off the tee, total strokes gained total, strokes gained tee to green. It's you can't go wrong with Tony Finau this week, I think. But but there's just not too much. I mean, plus 110, top 20. I mean that's probably as steep as I'll go with the top 20 this week. If you wanted to maybe like the sure of the sure bets, if you want to go that route. But I mean, his outright 22. I was hoping to get higher 20s out of him, but 22-1 isn't terrible. I still think a higher odd guy is going to win this tournament.
I do. Yeah, I agree. It's when we look at the model here, like if we go back to the one like bogey avoidance, he's top 5, par 5 birdie. Birdies are better efficiency, top 15. Par 3 birdies are better, top 30. Birdies are better in general, top 2. So, and then once you go to the putting, 5 to 10 feet, he's in the 100. So it's really just that 5 to 10 range, 5 to 15 range. So that's what it all comes down to. All that red right there, the 5 to 10, 10 to 15. He's actually 29th. But if you keep scrolling, the birdies better is what I'm looking at. The eagles, bogey avoidance, all that green is in around the top 10. So really at this course, it's really just the birdies are better. So
yeah. And speaking of birdies are better, we'll just go right to the number one guy right here. That's Patrick Cantlay. And another guy, 18-1, you're going to get like minus 110 odds. If you're playing DFS, I think Cantlay and Finau are great. Basically, not pivots, but great anchors in your lineup. They're coming with 23% and 21% ownership. So, you got, but they're discounted from the 10-4 JT at the top. So you got 9,600 and 9,500. I think that's kind of a good starting spot to where you start your lineups and then move with some different long shots that we'll talk about here in a little bit. But I think birdies are better with Cantlay. I mean, he has very good success here as well. So can't go wrong with Finau or Cantlay this week. Obviously 3 and 4 in the model, but still you can't go wrong with those guys. I think they are there on Sunday when we need them.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So any other, I guess, top of the leaderboard, top of the model guys, maybe you want to end up fading. I know we haven't talked about Sung JM. He's been doing the model. I think
gotta be a fade for me.
Yeah. Everybody is going to be on him from a DFS standpoint. I think he's 30+%. So you're fading him this week.
Yeah, I mean, anything like if you take a 12-1 on Sung JM, there's something seriously. You gotta think long and hard about what you're doing there. I mean, he's the favorite in the field, and this guy hasn't won since 2019. Yeah, he makes a lot of birdies. He's there usually at the end, but I mean, at that price, even DraftKings price, it looks like he was over 10,000. That's not worth it for me. There's definitely better options at the top of the board and better. I don't know about his history here, but a lot of guys at the top of the board with better history, I think. So
I mean, recent form is
recent form's been good, but yeah.
Let's see what he's been.
Okay, so he's solid top. That's Sung Jae right there in a nutshell. He
ain't gonna win though.
Yeah.
Doubt it. We'll say that with a hard emphasis. He will not win. How about that?
100%.
That's why I think I talked about this earlier or to you before the stream. Like if I could get a good round matchup number on Sung Jae is kind of the way I wanted to target him this week for sure. But overall, I just don't see him winning. And then with that salary at 10-3 being 30% owned, I think that's easily a good fade and pivot maybe towards Finau and Cantlay. What do you think about was it Griersman?
Griersman? Yeah,
Griersman, sorry.
He's been coming on too. That's a guy who we've been kind of seeing on leaderboards lately.
I've seen a lot of him this week.
Yeah, looking good in the motto. I know he kind of choked that one at the Wyndham last year. So yeah, I mean he's a good play here as well. I think just the way his game sets up. I don't know if he's gonna be. I don't know if he's played here before. He
Recent
had
form,
T56
fantastic.
last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Recent
great,
form.
great recent form. This would be a play based off recent form. He wasn't the same player a year ago today. So yeah, I don't mind him. Looks like he's popping out in the model. So he probably top 20, probably be in the 2 to 3 to 1 range, I think.
Yeah, but then again, he's 30 to 1. I would rather get a better number on
Yeah,
somebody else.
that's
That's
not
just a
better.
bad number.
Right.
So, all right. So those are guys that are at the top of the leaderboard. Maybe you want to fade. Maybe you want to target. Sam Burns has some good track record here. I think you're more of a fan of Sam Burns than I am. So, he's obviously number one in the model here. What do you think your basically prediction how Sam Burns does? I know he has zero value betting,
Right.
and he's going to be top of the leaderboard with DFS ownership as well. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the guys who excels in easier fields, easier courses, makes tons of birdies. I mean, last year, 6th, 11th, and a 6th. Last year, he actually literally lost strokes everywhere except putting, which is kind of crazy. He gained 2 strokes putting. That's kind of what we're looking for with Burns. Obviously, he's going to make a lot of birdies. He's going to putt well. So, once again, this guy has good. That's his recent form. So it's been 8th at the Century, 12th at the Tour, 2nd at the BMW. So he's been good going into last year, and then obviously 2 top 10s and 3 top 15s. So
you obviously you can't go wrong with him. We're just saying, 14 to 1 number 16 to 1 number on Burns is
a little steep, yeah. Little steep there.
All of this stuff at the top. I think the best 2 would be Finau or Cantlay. And, you're at 22 to 1, 18 to 1. But anything other than that, I'm looking at the bottom portion of this, of the outrights to just sprinkle. And one guy I like as we move down, you could go, I think, Poston 55 to 1 is a pretty good number.
I like that. I would say we'll mention Harry Hall as well. Got to give a nod to him because he's been playing some heck of some golf right now. 10th last week, 8th at Century. His recent form's amazing. So he's a guy to kind of look out for at 40 to 1 as well. So
another one that I like outright wise. Sorry, you got Eric Cole 60 to 1. Yeah. So Eric Cole there, Keith Mitchell 65 to 1. Number 1 in a couple other models that I look at. This one, I think he ranks 12th. So he came off of I think he was okay last week, not great. So I think you got a 65 to 1 number is pretty good. You got Hadwin at 70 to 1. I know a lot of people were kind of bummed that Thorb Jorgensen was out last week, and you can get his number 75 to 1. I probably won't go touch that because you just don't know what kind of form he's in.
He's going to be a popular pick this week. I think a lot of people are going to be on him. Yeah,
but because I think a lot of people were on him last week and were a little bit upset that he was out. But anybody else down here towards the 100+ to 1 odds? This is a tournament that you can sprinkle on some of these guys that have a chance. Sure. I swear they really do, because it's just so much variance in this. So anybody down there that kind of sticks out?
I mean, you can always go. Where do we got? I mean, Sepp Straka at 60 to 1, not 100, but I mean, if we're going into the hundreds, I guess it's a little tough. But maybe Michael Kim. His approach play. He's around 90 to 1 right now. I would have to kind of look more into the 100 range, but right now I don't know if I see anyone that's popping out. Maybe, I mean, Chris Kirk's 100 to 1, but
Chris Kirk is pretty wild. How about Swamp Ass last week? How about that?
Yeah, up and down. That was
up
insane.
And down. If you're new to the stream, I say this every single stream. Let's just pull him up on the model here. Lucas Glover, aka Swamp Ass. He I think he was, what was he last week? So he faded top 21. Yeah. Wow. He was tied for 21. But he was top 5 basically all
he was
the whole tournament. And I was kicking myself because I was like, man, I always play this guy. And I didn't do it. So he's ranked. I think he's like top 20 in the model. But look at this course history here sucks. So I'd probably go away from him on this front. Recent form is there, but what is he? 32nd in the model there. So
I like Andrew Putnam, I think.
Putnam there. Yeah. I was going to say right below him, you have Daniel Berger, who
was on him last week. He didn't do much.
No, but that number, he's 75 to 1. 75 to 1 is not bad. So all right, so those are some long shot outrights that that you can play around with. Obviously, we'll come out with the official plays tomorrow evening, but those are some of the strategies and guys that we like there. Any one that you're looking at maybe for a placement, either top 20s or top 10s?
Let me see where this guy's at actually. Another guy we didn't talk about is Patrick. I know he's not going to be too much of a long shot now. Patrick Fishburne. He was, 36-hole leader last week, but his recent forms as well. And that dude absolutely bombs the ball. He's like 320 off the tee, which is, that's a benefit here. Par fives, obviously that'll help with a desert type course. He's not going to be. There's no rough, so I think he could bomb and gouge around here. So that's a guy to look for. I think Putnam 4 to 1's a good top 20. It's kind of just like throwing darts this week, honestly. If a couple long shots. So if you want to, do you have any tournament matchups you're looking at right now before we get down tomorrow or something?
Yeah, the 2 tournament matchups that I liked were Harry Hall over Willie Z. So that was not official play, but I'm very, very on the side of.
Is it Eric Cole over Zalatoris, you mean?
Sorry, Eric Cole over it was Eric Cole over Willie Z. Is that right?
And then Hall over Young, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So Eric Cole over Willie Z. That's minus 105. And then you have Harry Hall over Cam Young at minus 110. And Cam is always a wild card. If you've watched the streams, we have a very, very love-hate relationship with Cam Young. And if you get him on a good week, you feel like the smartest human being in the world. And when you get him on a bad week, you're just like, I shouldn't. Why would I do that? Come on, you know exactly what you're getting out of it, Cam.
Yep.
So I tend to fade him more than I play him just for that purpose. But so in this case, going off of what I saw last week out of Harry, you got a good amount and not being the heavy favorite there. So give me Harry Hall there. But the other one I almost took was Cantlay over Thomas plus 110. But I stayed away from it.
That's very good value. I saw that stuck out just because the plus number.
Yep.
There's one that I just came across, and I'm not going to make it the official tourney play yet, but I think I love Patrick Fishburne minus 20 over Nick Dunlap.
Yeah,
we're going to go the Dunlap
fade. Yeah, just fade. Yeah. Minus 125. It's steep for a matchup, but hey, sometimes you just gotta take it a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, those are probably my favorite round or my tournament matchups. I will have round matchups throughout the week, but I will have also 3 balls in the Discord as well. So we were 3 out of 4 on Friday. Ben Griffin cost us a nice little payout there. So definitely going to have plenty of those throughout the season. So make sure you guys join the Discord for that. We got a question here from Brandon. What's up, buddy? Appreciate you tuning in. Missed the beginning of the stream. What do you guys think about JT? What did we say about JT?
You like him a lot.
Yeah.
I think you like him a lot.
It's a bounce back scenario.
I think we both like him. Yeah, bounce back year. We both like him to bounce back fully. Here, I like him on paper here. He got a third last year. Probably should have won if he had a better Sunday. But I think the 14 to 1, we both kind of said it's a little steep at that price. So
what the great way to play Justin Thomas is either round 1 leader or you wait until Sunday and then you take him basically to go underneath whatever the score is, over under 60 something and a half, because he goes low. If he's not if he's around there and he's just at the bottom of the leaderboard, he's going to shoot up. He always shoots it up. So
100%, yeah.
So either round one leader or wait till Sunday, and if he's not in contention, take him for under his his score that you would find on DK or FanDuel. But maybe it's different for JT, but that's what his MO has always been. I hope it's different this year, because I want to bet him a little bit more. This tournament, I wouldn't even take him for a one and done. I really wouldn't. I just think I think you'd be wasting JT here with the crazy variance. I probably wouldn't take anybody, heavy, where you want to use them later on in the year. So I mean,
you can't waste Cantley here. Definitely can't waste. Burns maybe, but I don't think you can waste him either. Then Finau, I don't think so. But it's just, this is a tournament where I may do Finau 22-1, but you shouldn't be betting anyone under 30. Like maybe Cantley or Finau, I think, at the round 20, but anything under that, I don't think is good. So
he also is asking about Kitayama. What the hell did he do last week? I didn't even pay attention to him.
I think he was middle of the pack. I know first round he shot even, then he went 4 under second round. I don't know what he did over the weekend, but
Kitayama. So he's 19th in the model. 19th, and what the hell did he do last week? He played a lot better than I thought last week. So
37th. Not bad.
Yeah, 37th.
I mean, I don't know with this guy, man. I really don't. He's one of those guys.
He played 2 years ago here and got a cut. So I don't know. He's
good recent form though. That's 5th, 9th, and 25th.
Like Kitayama plus 135 for top 20. That's crap. In my opinion, that's crap. So I mean, you got a 30-1 number on Kitayama. I just think like the odds for someone like that, you want to maybe wait and see how he's doing mid-tournament and get a better number, because there's just that's not a good number for Kitayama there.
Yeah, definitely not. Zero value on him. So
my strategy this week would be, let's go sprinkle some long shots and then see how it's going the first couple of rounds, and then maybe you get some good value on Kitayama. Or maybe you get some good value on Finau or Cantlay that maybe had a slow start but are still in the mix and can make a good run. So kind of play it like that this week. Like we said, bankroll allocation would be very low. We're going to keep it simple, probably with outrights and top 20s. Sprinkle some round one matchups throughout the tournament, and see if we can catch any good value there. But all in all, save your bankroll. There are plenty of better tournaments to come for the PGA tournament, PGA season. So, that's my strategy this week. Keep it simple, and if you find some good value, go right to it. So, any closing thoughts there for you,
Yeah, no, I mean, you said all of it. It's and another thing is it's a 3-round cut, so it's like maybe you see if you have like a favorite in mind and you're going in the weekend, they're like a few back, and they played, like, depending on what course they have Saturday, if it's one of the easier ones, maybe you take them there as an outright, depending on what courses they played the first 2 days. So just kind of play it by that, or maybe on Sunday take one. So it'll be a few placements, few matchups, but mostly just long shot outright, stuff like that. So.
And that's a good point too, because you're going to see the different. So if you go to Data Golf or you go anywhere, they're going to show you basically which course is playing easier.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got someone that's kind of right on the cut line or right in the middle of the pack, and he's playing the easy course on Saturday, then you could see him take off. So that's another good angle there. It's a good point. So, all right. Well, with that, if you guys have any additional questions, make sure you guys leave a comment on the YouTube, hit that thumbs up, or join the Discord at Sharp Bros below, or Bet with the Boys to find a teaser. But we will be there 24/7 for you guys, and we'll be back same time next week. What the hell's next week? I never ever remember.
Torrey Pines next week, then Pebble Beach. So
Torrey Pines is next week.
Yeah, that's the Farmer Insurance. It's the
So I played Torrey Pines last year, so I know everything about that course. So we're gonna have an outright winner.
The north. You played the south or the north or
which one's the easier one?
The north.
Yeah, we played the north then.
Yeah. So.
And I still shot like a 900. So.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna get up on out here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Same time next week, Tuesday at 8 p.m. And let's cash some tickets this week. See you guys.